he's going to get a bond and be able to come home. He's been through a lot these last 6 years in the jail, 3 years with no phone calls, no visitation. Only time I do see him is when we're sitting in this courtroom and we're not even allowed to conversate with each other.
In a twist that shocked fans, YNW Melly's legal team just asked for his trial to be delayed until 2026, citing both his mental and physical health. That means by the time he sees a verdict, Melly would have spent over 7 years behind bars without even being convicted, and the jail conditions, reportedly worse than death row. Most people don't even realize Melly's been locked up this long with no real progress. Prominent lawyer Bradford Cohen, who worked on the case early on, said, "When I first handled this, I said it needed to go to trial in 6 months. The evidence was weak, witnesses were shaky, speed was key, but Melly chose another legal path. And now we're here years later with a judge finally questioning the delay."
Let me repeat myself. Mr. Devins has to make an informed decision about who he wants his lawyers to be. He's now been sitting in our jail for 2,159 days. So, how long would you like to be able to make that decision?
I can't determine when the investigation will be over. That's up to the Broward Sheriff's Office, but I can, as I said, I'm just asking for a week. And then I'm asking for at least a day or two.
You can decide by tomorrow. I've also reserved all of tomorrow.
Even the judge looked stunned in court. Over 2,000 days behind bars, and still no final judgment. The judge turned to the prosecutors and basically said, "Give me a solid reason why Melly shouldn't be granted bond, or I'll let him out." That moment hit hard for Melly's mom, who shared her emotional reaction online, supporting her son's push to finally get out and prepare for trial from home.
Just still praying. I know I said I would I'll keep everybody updated with what's happening. I know right now we're waiting. So basically the judge is going to do, I guess, a written order. So we're just waiting, and that order can come any minute, or it could come tomorrow. I don't know. So we're just waiting. We're just waiting. So everybody just keep praying, keep having faith. Oh, Tessa, stop. I've been crying too. It's been a long time coming,
Melly's lawyers wasted no time. They filed a brand new bond plan, and it caught everyone's attention. The proposal said the money for bond would come straight from his label, 300 Entertainment. If granted, Melly would stay on house arrest, wear an ankle monitor, and have armed guards watching him 24/7. One rapper even commented, "Melly coming home, I can feel it." His legal team also dropped jail records and statements from his mother, exposing the inhumane conditions Melly's been facing behind bars.
I saw Melly's statement just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life. As a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone.
The defense also came with new evidence. They revealed GPS data suggesting Melly wasn't even near the crime scene. He was hiding in bushes during the alleged shooting. That bombshell aimed to shake up the prosecution's entire timeline of events.
He's saying that someone just shut the car up and was trying to shoot them. So I asked him if he was okay, where he was, and he's like, "There's a car coming behind him, like hiding." He was like, "There's some," yeah. He's like, "Yeah, there's some. I think they're still out here or something." So I'm like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "I'm okay." I said, "Well, where are Sack and Juvie?" And he said, "I don't know if they're in the car. I think they're..."
Melly's team further argued that the gun used in the double homicide was never recovered. They claim this proves Melly didn't fire it. According to them, the real killer must have left the scene with the weapon, which pokes serious holes in the case against Melly.
The first thing is I didn't have a firearm, so I can't know which firearm I'm going to use in order to replicate any of my tests. So I can't make tests for this determination because I don't know what was used.
Okay.
But the prosecution didn't back down. In response, they came back swinging with newly uncovered recordings. In one, Melly allegedly confessed to killing Sack Chaser and Juva just 5 hours after the incident. They also showed surveillance, footage of Melly and Bortland celebrating in a parking lot with no sign of grief for their fallen friends.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey! No, still turned. Regardless of what happened, you already know.
The footage painted a cold picture. Instead of mourning, Melly and his crew were seen joking and laughing. And another video showed them getting into a Jeep, Melly clearly seen entering the back left seat, right before Sack Chaser and Juvie got in. That seat placement would later become critical.
Excuse me, you're able to see? Yes, all right.
Court documents stated that the fatal bullets traveled from left to right, matching the position Melly was sitting in. Even Juvie's mother confirmed the seating arrangement in the car, placing Melly in the exact spot the shots came from. This added more weight to the state's theory.
Can you state your name? Your full legal name for the jury? Leon Phillips. Okay. And are you related to one of the kids in this case?
Yes, I am.
How's that?
I'm his mother.
And who is that?
Christopher Thomas.
Ms. Phillips, did you see who entered into the occupants who entered into that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Do you recognize where your son entered that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Which seat, if you can identify for the jury?
He got in the back seat on the right hand side.
Did you recognize the individual that got into the back seat on the left side, the rear driver's side?
Yes.
And who was that individual?
Janelle.
Yet despite all this, the prosecution kept switching up their strategy. Now, they've begun offering plea deals, trying to flip both Bortlen and Melly's ex-girlfriend into witnesses. Melly's ex was supposed to testify in the first trial, but vanished overseas for 3 years. When she returned, she was immediately arrested.
Mariah Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demon's first trial in 2023.
The judge released her under one condition: she had to testify in Melly's next trial. Her name is Mariah, and she posted a cryptic Facebook message saying, "Thanks to my village, love y'all. God's plan, not mine." Prosecutors say she holds key info about the witness tampering charges Melly now faces. Authorities even pulled data from her iCloud revealing disturbing conversations that could lead to a life sentence, even if he beats the murder case.
Filing 6 new charges against Demons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction.
Because of those tampering charges, Melly lost all jail phone privileges for a full year. Authorities feared he'd continue trying to influence witnesses. This new punishment hit Melly's mom hard, and she opened up in an emotional interview about the toll this case has taken on her family.
Son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to just to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail. They don't give it to him.
Now, all eyes are on Bortlen. Prosecutors are turning up the heat, hoping he'll flip on Melly. Why? Because during the first trial, Melly's defense tried to pin the whole thing on Bortlen. That betrayal might be enough to make him talk this time.
Were his lives. Cortland Henry shows up at Memorial Hospital, Miramar. And you don't see him sitting there, but where you will see him sitting is in the driver's seat of a car with 2 bodies, car riddled with bullets. And when he shows up with a change of clothing, change of shirt, powder residue on his hands, evidencing that he had discharged a firearm. And he lies. He lies about where the incident occurred. He lies about how it occurred. And he lies about not having a phone. I think it was Miss Bradley herself who said, everybody has a phone in his pocket, not Cortland Henry.
But here's where it gets messy. Police say Bortlen lied in his first statement. He had gunpowder residue on his hands and was in the car with Sack Chaser and Juvie when they were killed. Prosecutors even brought in a ballistics expert to confirm the findings.
So the right hand of Cortland Henry contained 0 particles characteristic of hot residue and two-component particles, and the left hand contained 1 particle characteristic of hot residue and 1 two-component particle.
Okay. And can you explain to us what that means?
Basically, overall, there was hot residue present on the hand.
That made Bortland furious. After the mistrial, he tweeted, "Mind games don't work on people like me," with a handshake emoji hinting he's not easily shaken. But insiders believe prosecutors want to try Melly and Bortland together again, hoping the pressure will crack him.
And you can try them together. It is to the benefit of the state to try them together. It's just more efficient. You don't have to do things again and again. Do it all at once. And also, you get a better chance of having them incriminate each other during the trial.
If Bortland knows he didn't pull the trigger, he might not want to risk a life sentence. The state plans to use everything he said in his original interview to prove his involvement and possibly secure a conviction against both him and Melly.
Okay, tell me what happened.
Then I was playing music. Getting off the exit. I was already getting sleepy. Almost home. You know what I'm saying? And like just out of nowhere, like I just heard, you know what I'm saying? So and I ducked down, you know what I'm saying, in the car.
Actually,
and I almost crashed the car.
Let me back you up a few minutes. Where were you coming from?
I was coming from the studio, from Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale studio. Which way did you take?
I took I-75, 595 to
75.
Yeah.
Then you took 75.
But there's a major issue. Bortland's original story didn't match the physical evidence from the crime scene. The contradictions raised major red flags, and detectives caught on fast.
The hard part where we're having a hard time to understand is that we shut down that entire area, and we had officers shoulder to shoulder walk it out. They didn't find as much as 1 shell casing. They didn't find 1 piece of glass. Nothing. Nothing to what you said adds up. And it's hard.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, that's like...
I mean, for whatever reason, your 2 friends, are these your good friends?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These my... Like,
these your 2, I'm assuming, close friends.
Yeah, we got...
And you're doing them an in-service by not telling us the truth.
I'm telling you the truth, sir. I don't, like, how... What do you want...
How do you make shell casings disappear?
I don't know. How can I tell you about a shell?
As Bortland's answers started falling apart, one officer switched gears, asking easy questions about his driving and whether he hit anything that night. It seemed like they were trying to catch him slipping in smaller lies.
I told y'all the story, and that's it, bro. I don't even want to talk about it no more. Like, cause I told y'all what. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Okay. Just so you know, all right, because you're saying, well, I don't want to talk anymore. There's going to be a lot more questions. And we're not trying to piss you off. The thing is, we don't know your friends.
Yeah.
So the reason we have to ask all these questions, because the more we know about your friends, your lifestyle, your friend's lifestyle, your friends, his friends, and the circumstances surrounding today, the more, the easier it's going to be for us to try and solve.
Then came the big one. As the interview was wrapping up, the cop asked, "If you know who did this, would you tell me?" A silence filled the room.
Ducking for my life, trying to make sure I don't get hit. And you telling me, you telling me about shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. I'm driving. I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna be worried about? You know what I'm saying?
I know it's not for you to worry about.
Shit crazy, bro.
But if you tell me it happened there's got to be some evidence there. There's going to be broken glass, just like there's broken glass over here from when you guys opened the doors and stuff.
Bortland didn't say a word. He just shook his head, nervous, tight-lipped, like someone who knew the truth but was too scared to speak it. That single moment may end up deciding the fate of both him and YNW Melly.